Happy 27th of March, everybody. 50 years ago today, Mariah Carey showed up, and they recorded some dates that eventually became part of Mad Dogs and Englishmen, the live album by Joe Cocker. Joe Cocker. I'll give you this little story. Back in 1988, 87, 88, my senior year of high school, I was in an honors English class. I've got a really bad habit of being completely, absolutely driven, motivated, and a workaholic, and being lazy beyond belief. I am absolutely it's funny. I'm not a very moderate person. I definitely go to extremes, Billy Joel style. So, in my senior year of an honors English class taught by Bob McDonald, he had a paper you had to write, where you had to read a book and write this paper, and that paper alone was 20% of your grade. So, if you didn't do the paper, the best you could do if you got 100 on everything else was get an 80 for the class. Guess who didn't do the paper? I have no excuse. I don't know why that slipped through the cracks, but it did. So the last segment of his class was on spoken word or public speaking. And of course, everybody gets up, you had to say something, and you had to recite something or do something, whatever that was. And the way he had it graded was a perfect score was a 120. And he never adjusted the score because he felt that was, to give, because everyone's so freaked out that curve would help you do better, on the thing. Guess who was at that time? Well, I don't know if I'm the only, but at that time I was the first student to ever get a 120 in public speaking, which probably explains why I passed honors English with, I believe, higher than an 80. I'm sure I did better than an 80. So maybe that's what made up that paper I didn't do. And in honor of that, and for your viewing pleasure, I'm going to recite to you the piece that gave me that 120, that perfect plus score. It is a Lewis Carroll poem by the name of Jabberwocky. 'Twas brilling, and the slithy toves did gar and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome wraiths outgrabe. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Jubjub bird, and shun the frumineous Bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the manxome foe he sought. So rested he neath the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as an uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tulgey wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, and through, the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he came galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come into my arms, my beamish boy. O fraduous day, Callooh-Callay, he chortled in his joy. 'Twas brilling, and the slithy toves did gar and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome wraiths outgrabe. Stay safe, everyone. Help flatten this curve. Stay home. Stay away from others.